Jade Cargill wasn't finished at Elimination Chamber. The moment she left Naomi gasping on the mat, clutching her ribs in pain, Jade stood tall in the center of that steel monstrosity, glaring down at the cameras as if to send a direct warning not only to Naomi but to every woman in WWE. The brutality of that attack was just the beginning, and what came after sent shockwaves across the wrestling world. Because as soon as the dust settled, Jade grabbed a mic, inside the chamber, surrounded by broken bodies, and unleashed words that cut deeper than the beating she had just delivered. With the crowd booing, she smirked and spat venom into the microphone, locking eyes with the camera lens, speaking directly to Naomi, who was being helped out of the chamber by medical officials. And Jade's words, they were nothing short of chilling. "You thought you could stand in my way, Naomi. You thought you were the chosen one. Look at you now. Broken, embarrassed, exposed. This is my world now, and you're just a victim in it." Those words weren't just a promo. They were a declaration of war. And let me tell you something. The entire WWE universe felt it. Social media instantly exploded. Hashtag pray for Naomi trended worldwide, but right beside it, hashtag Jade Cargill was plastered across the timeline, with thousands of fans arguing, screaming, and venting. Some said Jade went too far. Others said Naomi deserved it after months of pushing her buttons. But everyone agreed on one thing. Jade Cargill is dangerous, and she's not here to play nice. And this wasn't just about Elimination Chamber. This was the beginning of a deeper story, one that stretches back months. Remember when Naomi was celebrated as the veteran who always shined her glow and showed respect? She welcomed Jade when she first arrived, even endorsed her as a powerhouse the division needed. But Jade didn't want endorsement. Jade didn't want respect. Jade wanted dominance. And Naomi, by simply existing as a respected veteran, became the symbol Jade had to destroy. What makes this even more gut-wrenching is the backstage fallout. Reports are flying in that Naomi, after the assault, had to undergo urgent medical evaluations. Bruised ribs, possible internal injuries. WWE's medical team is keeping everything tight-lipped, but insiders say Naomi was in no condition to leave the arena without assistance. Cameras caught her husband, Jimmy Uso, visibly shaken, pacing outside the trainer's room. This wasn't just another storyline beat. This was a moment that blurred reality, a moment where you couldn't tell if Jade's assault was planned to be that brutal or if she simply went rogue. And here's where things got even more chaotic. As Naomi lay on the medical table, Jade stormed through the backstage area like a lioness on the hunt. She wasn't finished. She wanted to send an even clearer message. She confronted a group of women's division stars, Liv Morgan, Bianca Belair, and even Asuka, snapping at them. "This is your warning. Stay out of my way, or Naomi won't be the only one carried out on a stretcher." Security swarmed her, but Jade's rage was uncontainable. Even when officials tried to hold her back, she laughed, shouting at the top of her lungs, "This is the era of Jade Cargill. Get used to it." That clip instantly went viral. The boos from the live audience didn't matter. The headlines didn't matter. What mattered was that Jade had stamped herself as the most feared woman in WWE overnight. But let's not forget, Naomi isn't someone who just stays down. She's been through wars before. Injuries, betrayals, setbacks, every single time, Naomi has risen back stronger. And while right now she's hurt, humiliated, and possibly sidelined, the fire burning in her eyes as she was carried out of the chamber said it all. This isn't over. Not by a long shot. And that's the terrifying part. Because Jade isn't going to stop. She made it clear. She doesn't want Naomi to just lose, she wants Naomi gone. Retired. Erased from the spotlight. Jade is chasing not just dominance, but annihilation. So here's the question burning in the minds of every fan right now. Can Naomi rise up from this? Or did Jade Cargill just single-handedly end Naomi's career at Elimination Chamber? The WWE universe is split right down the middle. Some are praying for Naomi to get her revenge, while others are saying this is Jade's time to run through everyone, no mercy, no apologies. Erased from the spotlight. Jade is chasing not just dominance, but annihilation. So here's the question burning in the minds of every fan right now. Can Naomi rise up from this? Or did Jade Cargill just single-handedly end Naomi's career at Elimination Chamber? The WWE universe is split right down the middle. Some are praying for Naomi to get her revenge, while others are saying this is Jade's time to run through everyone, no mercy, no apologies. Jade Cargill wasn't done. Not by a long shot. Part 3 begins with the fallout spreading like wildfire across social media. WWE's official posts tried to play damage control, but the fans had already taken over. Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok were flooded with clips of Jade's brutal attack, freeze frames of Naomi writhing in pain, and hashtags like hashtag pray for Naomi and hashtag Jade is a beast trending worldwide. The WWE universe was divided straight down the middle. One half of the fans were horrified, demanding Jade be suspended immediately. The other half, they were eating it up, calling it the most shocking women's chamber moment of all time. And Jade knew it. She fed off the chaos. In fact, she doubled down. That same night, WWE Backstage cameras caught Jade storming into the medical area where Naomi was being treated. Security had to swarm in and hold her back, but she kept screaming over their shoulders. "You think this is over, Naomi? You thought you could survive the chamber? You don't even belong here. You should have stayed home, because this is my spotlight now." The venom in Jade's voice was terrifying. And Naomi, clutching her ribs, could only glare back with fire in her eyes, too injured to respond with anything more than defiance. That moment, silent but powerful, sent shivers across the entire WWE universe. Backstage reports suggested Naomi suffered cracked ribs and severe bruising, with doctors warning she might miss WrestleMania. The news broke hearts, because Naomi had been building a comeback story for months, clawing her way back into the spotlight after being overlooked. To see it all shattered in one night by Jade's unrelenting rage left fans enraged. Former WWE legends even began weighing in. Mickie James tweeted, "Jade Cargill is a monster, but Naomi is tougher than anyone gives her credit for. This isn't the end." Trish Stratus said on Instagram Live, "This rivalry just became personal. This isn't just about titles, this is about pride, about survival, and about the future of women's wrestling." But here's the kicker. Jade didn't stop taunting Naomi through WWE programming. On Raw, she appeared in the ring with a live mic, demanding the crowd acknowledge her dominance. The boos rained down like a thunderstorm, but Jade only smirked. "Boo me all you want. Cheer for Naomi all you want. But here's the truth. She's weak. She's broken. And she's finished. I ended Naomi at Elimination Chamber, and I'll end her career if she's foolish enough to come back." The audacity, the sheer arrogance, turned the crowd's hatred into a fever pitch. Chants of "Naomi, Naomi" echoed, but Jade relished it. She thrived in that hatred, standing tall, unapologetic. Meanwhile, Naomi began posting subtle hints on Instagram. Nothing flashy, no statements. Just images of her working out in the gym, bandaged ribs visible but determination in her eyes. One caption read simply, "Not done yet." Another showed her lacing up her boots with the words, "Pain fuels me." Fans went wild. The anticipation was building. They knew it. Naomi wasn't just healing. She was preparing for war. WWE insiders began whispering that Naomi was pushing doctors to clear her earlier than expected, even against medical advice. And if she does return sooner, the stage for WrestleMania could explode in a way no one saw coming. The rivalry had crossed the line from competitive to deeply personal. Naomi wasn't just fighting for wins anymore, she was fighting for respect, for survival, and for her career. Jade Cargill had lit a fire, and she had no idea how dangerous Naomi could be once she came back fueled by vengeance. The question wasn't if Naomi would strike back, it was when, and how destructive her revenge would be. The crowd's noise was deafening, every chant echoing through the arena like a war cry as Naomi stood tall in the center of the ring, clutching her ribs but refusing to bow down. The beating she had endured at Elimination Chamber would have broken almost anyone else, but not Naomi. Jade Cargill, standing at the top of the ramp, smirked with an arrogance that sent chills through the WWE universe. She had done what no one thought possible. She had single-handedly stormed into the chamber match, laid waste to Naomi, and left her broken. But now, in the aftermath, Naomi wasn't broken at all. She was more dangerous than ever. Jade raised a mic to her lips, her voice sharp and venomous as she broke the silence. "Naomi, you're walking on borrowed time. You embarrassed me the moment you thought you could be on my level. You should have stayed in your lane. But now you've forced me to show you, and every single person in this arena, why Jade Cargill is the future of this company." The boos rained down on her, but Jade didn't flinch. She thrived on the hatred. Her eyes locked with Naomi's, and there was no fear, just a burning, mutual hatred that promised violence. Naomi grabbed a mic despite the pain racking her body. Her words cut through the noise, filled with fire. "You think I'm scared of you, Jade? You think this is your kingdom? Nah, this is my house, this is my family, and at WrestleMania, I'm gonna finish what you started." The crowd erupted, the chants of, "Nah oh am I. Nah oh am I," bouncing off the walls like thunder. Jade, infuriated by Naomi's defiance, stormed toward the ring, and security had to swarm to keep the two apart. But it wasn't enough. Naomi shoved past, swinging wildly at Jade, fists connecting, the chaos spilling everywhere. Jade's rage matched Naomi's intensity, and it took nearly a dozen officials to pull them apart. Naomi's braids were flying, Jade's roar echoed, and the fans were at the edge of their seats. This wasn't just a rivalry anymore. It was personal, brutal, and it was about to explode on the grandest stage of them all. Backstage, the fallout was immediate. WWE cameras captured superstars huddled around monitors, eyes wide at the chaos. Bayley shook her head, muttering, "They're gonna tear each other apart." Bianca Belair was overheard telling reporters, "Naomi ain't backing down, not now, not ever." But Jade's got that hunger. This is about to get ugly. The segment ended with Jade being dragged back up the ramp by security, screaming promises of destruction, while Naomi stood battered yet unbowed in the ring, pointing at the WrestleMania sign. The message was clear. This war wasn't ending tonight. It was just beginning, and the WWE Universe was ready for the carnage to come.